Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pete and Fran podcast.
Hello everyone.
How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm very well. How was your week?
Very good.
Good. We've both been very, very busy as usual.
We have,
and
yes.
You're busy again this weekend, partying without me. Apparently I am not allowed to go on a hen weekend.
No, it's only for ladies.
Typical. So, yeah, we've not had the chance to get together and watch some terrible bear attack films or anything like that.
No.
So,
or fish attack films.
Fish attack. That's coming another time. So this week we're just going to talk about my top 10 as we did the other week with yours. So I would just like...
I'm not going to be surprised what's on it, to be honest.
You think. So what I wanted to do in my top 10 was reflect the work of some of my favourite directors and actors, which is why I've had to leave some stuff off the list.
Oh,
so
no.
The top 10 I've made allows me to extol all the greatest works of my favourite actors and directors. So therefore, I've had to leave these films off the list, but I'll give them a quick honourable mention.
Go on then.
Okay, so firstly, Jaws, because...
I like Jaws.
There's a Spielberg film on the list, and I love so many Spielberg films. I couldn't just have a big list of Spielberg films. So Jaws...
I had a Spielberg.
You did, yeah. So Jaws is off the list. Doctor Strangelove and A Clockwork Orange by Stanley Kubrick haven't made the cut. Because of all the naughty things Stanley Kubrick's done, I didn't really want to say I love Stanley Kubrick.
Well, he still made a good film.
He made a fine film, but he was a terrible, terrible man.
Yes.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy didn't make the cut.
All right.
It's great, but those films aren't perfect. There's some pretty...
And they're very long.
They are very long. The ending got all messed up. And there's some pretty bad acting in them as well. So
from the short people.
Yeah. I had to leave off Titanic and The Terminator.
What? You would have had the Titanic?
It's one of my favourite films.
We should watch that together.
Yeah, we should. We'll do a deep dive into the Titanic. Because there's a James Cameron movie on the top 10 I didn't want to fill up with James Cameron movies. LA Confidential didn't make the cut. It's great, but it just doesn't quite break in there.
Right.
If you haven't seen LA Confidential, go see it. It's a brilliant, brilliant film.
I suppose you're going to say Bad Boys in a minute.
No, that's not one of my favourite films. So I do love Bad Boys. Saving Private Ryan, for the same reason as Jaws. Didn't want too many Spielberg films.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Max, Fury Road. A little bit like Titanic. It's great, but yeah, there's a lot of...
I think Titanic's better than Mad Max.
I disagree.
Oh, do you?
I'm afraid to say no Martin Scorsese films have made the top 10, but I'd like to make a special nod to The Departed. One of my favourite films.
I feel you've had longer to think about this.
I have had longer, yes. But that's not the point. The Matrix trilogy, for the same reason as the Lord of the Rings.
Didn't make the cut.
Hasn't made the cut.
Oh, I'm intrigued now.
Because there are parts of the Matrix trilogy that let it down a little bit. Michael Collins didn't make the list, even though it's one of my favourite films, because I've got a Liam Neeson movie in there already.
What, Taken?
No, it's not Taken. That may come up. Fight Club, visually stunning, amazing soundtrack, great performances, but just doesn't have enough to break in.
Oh my gosh.
And here's where I'm really going to shock you. There are no Avengers or Marvel films on this list.
What?
Yes.
Shut the front door.
I've had to think about it, right? And I love the Avengers movies, but would they be as good if there hadn't been all those other Marvel films? You wouldn't like the characters as much.
No.
And you can't say that the 22 Marvel films...
I could live without them.
Yeah, you could, but I could.
No, I know you couldn't.
But yeah, I'd say the Avengers movies wouldn't be as great...
They are very good.
...as I think they are without the other Marvel films.
Yeah.
And that's unfair, because the films that are on this list don't have a million prequel movies before them to make them brilliant. So I thought it'd be unfair to put the Avengers movies in, even though they are probably my most favourite thing in the whole world. And I've left off A Good Year, Paddington, and any Quentin Tarantino films because we had them on your list.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to just repeat ourselves.
No.
So they didn't make it either. So moving swiftly on. Number 10 on my list is Arrival by director Denis Villeneuve.
What's that one about?
Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. It's about aliens that come to Earth, and Amy Adams has to discover how to communicate with them and overcome...
I did like that film.
It's perhaps one of the... Well, I believe it to be the 10th best film ever made.
Yeah. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
What's your favourite part of that film?
My favourite part of the film, so there's not one particular scene, but I'd say the kind of montage where they're learning to talk to the aliens.
Yeah, and she's
deciphering
symbols.
Yeah, I just love it because it's a sci-fi film where they don't have to solve the problem, shoot everyone.
Yeah,
and it kind of shows you a realistic reaction to what would happen if aliens came and just sort of sat there and wanted to talk to us.
Yeah.
And not like in Independence Day where suddenly everyone just goes insane and tries to like run away from the cities, because that's not what happens in a disaster. On 9/11, like no one tried to, like the entire city of New York didn't try and like run away.
Oh no, only when they saw the buildings.
You help people that were in trouble, and anyone that wasn't directly involved stayed at home and watched telly.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't like this mass panic that always happens in in films like Independence Day and 2012. It's just a very, very intelligently put together film with a very good story. Amy Adams is brilliant.
She is very good.
Yeah.
So, who gives the best performance?
Yeah. Amy Adams, undoubtedly. Yeah. She. I must say, I like her in a lot of things.
We've seen her in a few things.
Yeah, I'd say minus the Man of Steel films and things like that, where she's just there to tell everyone what's happening.
No, we've seen her in other stuff.
Oh, yeah, she's great in American Hustle. Plenty of other films. She's a fine, fine actress, yes.
So who would you recommend it to?
I would recommend this film to, many people who love sci-fi, but also people who would like a sort of deeper look into how it would be if aliens sort of arrived, if you like. Yeah. How we'd really react as a species. And it's also really intelligent how it breaks down the way that you communicate with someone who doesn't know how to communicate with you.
Yeah, like learning sign language in a way.
To build a shared language. Yeah. And I also liked it because it made me feel clever because I knew what was happening at the end.
I've forgotten the end. I
won't ruin that for anyone who hasn't seen it. Also, check out the rest of the director's work. Denis Villeneuve, who is an absolute master. He has directed Sicario.
Oh, yeah.
Blade Runner 2049. Enemy, a brilliant
film. Did he do Sicario 2 as well?
He did not do Sicario 2, no. But also did Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. Really, really, really good thriller. Couldn't recommend that. And he's slated to do the Dune movie in 2020. So if you're a geek like me, you'll be excited about that. So yeah, it's great film, quick characterizations, just superbly paced, and it doesn't pander to the audience. It approaches its subject matter with realism. So,
cool.
Arrival is number 10. Go see it.
Okay.
All right.
What's number 9?
Number 9, drum roll, is the first Spielberg movie. Well, the only Spielberg movie that I put on because I only wanted one. Is Schindler's List.
All right.
Steven Spielberg, starring Liam Neeson and Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I do like Schindler's List. It's very sad, obviously, but it's a very good film. Yeah. So why is it on your list?
It's just an absolute masterpiece. It's horrific, beautiful as well on so many levels. It's just an absolute masterpiece, a work of art.
It is.
Yeah, it's Spielberg's best film in my opinion. Even better than Jurassic Park.
I don't know about that, but yeah. What's your favourite part of Schindler's List?
Although it's absolutely horrifying, it's got to be the bit where they're burning the bodies because the Russians are about to catch them in the concentration camp.
Oh, so yeah.
He digs up all the mass graves and burns all the bodies, and you're just seeing all these horrible pile of mangled corpses. And I think that's the bit I really like the most, because Ralph Fiennes like this crazy Nazi SS general guy. He's at that point he realizes that he's gone too far and that what he's doing is absolutely monstrous
and wrong.
Yeah, and it kind of tilts him, but he's also realized that he's too far in, it's too late, and there's nothing he can do to stop any of this stuff happening. Yeah, it's just a very, very powerful scene. Gets me every time.
Yeah, I think that I know which bit you mean.
And the famous red coat girl scene.
Yeah.
Because then you see in that scene with the bodies piled up, you see her red coat. But yeah, that was obviously there was a reason he did the red coat thing. 'Cause you see this one person in this huge crowd, and it gives it a more human connection to just how many people they were killing.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Yeah. Really drives home just how horrible people can be.
Let's hope that never happens again.
Yes, let's hope so.
So, obviously you've mentioned that scene, but who would you say who gives the best performance?
Got to say Ralph Fiennes, I think. Yeah, to play someone so evil like that and be so convincing.
He was awful.
Yeah. Neeson's great as well. There's no one delivers a bad performance in that film at all. Liam Neeson's brilliant. Yeah, I just love it. It's a fantastic film.
Who would you recommend it to then?
Everybody. Everyone should watch this film. Particularly if you don't know a lot about the Holocaust. Yeah. It's a good way to dip your toe into the most horrific thing that's ever happened in human history. Yeah. It conveys the scale and the horror of the Holocaust masterfully, I would say. Yeah.
It's very powerful.
It's very upsetting if you've never seen it before. Yeah. It's okay.
Cool.
Next film, a bit more light-hearted.
Yes.
It's Aliens by James Cameron.
Is that the one where she...
It's the second of the Alien films.
What's the first one called?
The first one is Alien.
Oh, yeah. Is this the one where she gives birth to the alien?
No, that is, I believe, Alien Resurrection.
Third one?
Yeah, I think there is one, No, they make an alien out of... because there's one... At the end of the third film, an alien gets put inside her.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. And then in the fourth film, they've found her in space, taken the alien out of her and grown aliens. Yeah. And cloned them and stuff. And Alien Resurrection is not very good.
No.
In fact, none of the Alien films since Aliens were very good, in my opinion.
I thought the first two were alright.
The first two are brilliant. Yeah. I mean, I'd take my hat off to the first one. I just prefer Aliens more than Alien. Just 'cause it's a bit more action.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more what you'd expect from a film about aliens in space. The first one's basically a horror film, whereas this one is...
Yeah, it's a bit more actiony.
Ostensibly an action movie.
Yeah.
You've got to take your hat off to everyone involved.
Yeah. What's your favourite part?
Oh, so many excellent bits. Gotta be, get away from her, you bitch.
Oh yeah, that's the other lady that says that.
Sigourney Weaver says it to the alien queen while she's in a big robot suit. Yeah. That's such a good bit.
Yeah, because she's after the alien's after a kid, isn't it?
Well, it's after eating them both. But yeah, she's trying to protect Newt.
That's it.
At the start, she finds out, obviously, she's been in hypersleep for years and that her daughter's old and dead because she's been asleep that long. So she's all missing her daughter and then she finds Newt. Yeah. I also like the bit where they've got their auto cannons set up and they're watching their ammo go down slowly and all the aliens are charging towards the guns.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to run out of ammo before the aliens get across. And they don't. And it's not everything's all right because hardly anyone survives.
Yeah, she does though.
Yeah.
And Newt.
Poor old Bill Paxton doesn't quite make it.
No.
And it looks like he will. Poor old Hicks. Yeah.
Some people have to die though.
Someone has to die in an Aliens film. Yeah.
So, I think I know what you're going to say, but who gives the best performance in that film?
Oh, yeah, Sigourney Weaver, hands
She's
down.
brilliant in
She's
them,
brilliant.
isn't she?
The only thing that makes all the Aliens films that she's in 4 of them, that's the only thing that makes them watchable
she's really good.
Is her, really. I can't imagine anyone else playing the roles. But,
no.
Yeah, she is absolutely fantastic. Old Sigourney, but she's great in everything. I've never seen her.
No, I've never seen her in a bad film.
Anything I haven't enjoyed.
Avatar she was really good in as well.
Yeah, even though Avatar was a bit boring.
Yeah, but she was still good in it.
Yeah, she didn't have a lot to do, but she was good still.
Who would you recommend it to then?
Oh, again, any sci-fi geek,
anyone really.
There's something for everyone in Aliens. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
makes me jump.
Oh god, yeah, there's a lot of bits that make you jump. It's very unsettling bits when they're going through the bits the aliens have taken over, and then there's a guy built into the wall in the aliens.
Oh, yeah.
And they're trying to save him, but yeah, it's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah, that bit I mean, I saw the film when I was very young.
Yeah.
That bit really creeped me out.
Yeah, because he was like stuck in the wall.
And that happens again in Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
And then he just gets gobbled up by an alien.
Ugh. Wow, that's number 8.
That's number 8, yeah.
All right, what's 7 then?
Number 7 is Forrest Gump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's one of
Good old Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Cannot go wrong with Forrest Gump.
Why is this on your list, dear?
Well, why wouldn't it be on anyone's top 10? It is such a fantastic film.
They made a second one, didn't they?
I think they wanted to, because there's a second book.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of stuff in the original book that they didn't put in Forrest Gump because it was about 6 hours long.
It was long, yeah.
It's already a long film.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you asked me why it's on my list. Yeah. It's got everything you want from a film. It's got action. Romance. It'll make you laugh a lot.
Cry.
Make you cry a lot. Yeah. Everyone in it is good. The only criticism I'd ever have of it would be Jenny's a bit of a bitch.
But isn't she meant to be, though?
Yeah, but, and it's explained why, because she had a traumatic childhood and then she gets mistreated by all the men in her life except Forrest.
Yeah.
And it'd mess you up a bit in your noggin, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but doesn't she have...
And she gets on drugs, gets all mixed up with coke and heroin and things like that.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
But he saves her each time, doesn't he?
In a way.
Yeah.
And in the end, once she's decided to let Forrest raise her AIDS baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She decides to give in to his charms.
Yeah. Poor old Forrest.
What's your favourite part?
Oh, so many favourite parts.
I like the bit where he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
God, favourite part of Forrest Gump? Probably the bits in Nam. All of it.
Yeah, because he was really good in Nam, wasn't he?
Because he had to run back and find everybody while he was looking for Bubba.
Yeah.
I gotta find Bubba.
Yeah, he was really... I really like that film. I haven't seen it for years.
Have you not? I watch it quite a lot.
Do you?
No.
I've not seen it for years.
Oh, right. Well, maybe we'll do a deep dive into Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, obviously, who gives the best performance?
Oh, let me think. Obviously, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah. I wanted to, yeah.
He definitely lives his parts, doesn't he?
Tom Hanks is such a fantastic actor. Yeah. I mean, I could do a top 10 of Tom Hanks films.
Oh, yeah.
And name 10 absolutely brilliant films. Yeah. He's just so good. I mean, like Catch Me If You Can. Saving Private Ryan.
I like that one.
Bridge of Spies.
Yeah.
He's just everything.
What's the one where he works as a policeman in a prison?
Oh, The Green Mile. Yeah, just exactly. Yeah, I could. Yeah, you could reel off so many good films.
Top 10 of Tom Hanks.
Yeah, just love him. I love how the film sort of spans such a long part of history in America.
Because it goes all the way from the...
I think it's 50s
40s,
to the 90s.
I thought.
Maybe even earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it went from the 40s.
Because it first gets going when Elvis stays at his mum's guest house. So, yeah, that would have been like 50s into 60s. Yeah. He had with him a guitar case. He teaches him how to do the hip dance.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? I think I need to watch that again.
Yeah.
Who would you recommend it to?
Who would I recommend? I'd say that is
everyone.
That is for everyone.
I think children should watch it.
Yeah, I watched it first when I was a child. I remember watching it twice, like in one day, when I was about 6. Yeah, just because it was brilliant. I can't remember quite why that day came about, but it's been
maybe it was raining.
Very probably, yeah.
You were trying to get away from your brothers.
Exactly. It's very rainy in England. Sometimes we have to just stay in and watch VHS tapes because you can't go outside. Yeah.
Wow, that's a very good number 7.
I love splicing them into the scenes with the presidents and things as well.
Yeah,
I've been shot in the buttocks.
Yes,
I'd very much like to see that. Just pulls his trousers down. Yeah, and it's very emotional as well, especially the bits in Nam. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It's got everything.
Yeah, it's very good that film.
So moving on to number 6. Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, which one though?
Obviously the original Ghostbusters.
Just one or two as well?
2 is a good movie, but one
just
is
one, yeah?
infinitely better than all of them, and it's a lot better than Ghostbusters 2016. Which, yeah, I'm not one of these women-hating guys that thinks it was the worst thing that's ever happened.
No, I think it's still funny.
It was fine, yeah. It's just, I think when I watched it first, the 2016 one, I was a bit like, oh, this is quite good. And then I went, I'm going to watch original Ghostbusters again. Oh,
yeah, the original is very good.
Yeah, it's like the perfect comedy. It's got the perfect cast. It's just the ultimate classic comedy.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
What's your favourite part of Ghostbusters?
Oh, probably choose the form of your distractor. You're not allowed to talk or not allowed to think. But Ray messes up and he thinks about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, yeah.
So then you get a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking through New York. And they have to melt him with their guns.
Yeah, I like the big Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
Made me want to eat him.
Oh, imagine being showered in marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Who gives the best performance?
Oh.
No, that is hard.
That's one to ponder. Let me open a can of lager while I ponder.
Sounds like a can of Diet Coke.
It's just, it's so hard to say. Harold Ramis as Egon is amazing. He does the deadpan humour so well.
Yeah, he does.
Just that simple scene of them pulling up to the with Lewis Tully with Rick Moranis going. They're dropping off a crazy guy. So the police bang on the door and he just opens it. Yeah, hello, Ghostbusters, what do you want? They're like, we've got someone for you. It's like picking up or dropping off. Yeah, it's just brilliant stuff. Yeah, Harold Ramis is great. I think I'm a bit of a sucker for Bill Murray.
Yeah, he is very good in it.
Yeah, I think what went wrong with 2016 Ghostbusters was they sort of made them out to be like these sort of super genius heroes at the end as well, especially, whereas the original Ghostbusters are all just normal blokes. They're all a bit weird. They've all got their little quirks. But especially Bill Murray's character is essentially just a bit of a dick. Like he's a con artist.
I do think that the new one is good, but I think maybe sometimes they were trying a little too hard in a way.
Or not hard enough at times. Like a lot of the scenes are just improvised, and I'd say, the trouble with 2016 Ghostbusters, like I do improv and I like improv as a comedy form.
Yeah.
But sometimes they, especially I'd say that a big problem with improv is you don't always know when a scene should finish. Sometimes things go on too long.
Yeah.
And I would say that Ghostbusters 2016 falls into that bracket of it's improv that sometimes the scenes needed to end a bit sooner.
They didn't.
Yeah. And there's too much improvising in it and it lets it down.
All right.
But still, the original Ghostbusters is an absolute blinding film.
And who would you recommend it to? I think all young people.
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a boy film.
I liked Ghostbusters when I was growing up.
I know, but
not as much as Cinderella.
Exactly. I think, especially growing up, it's something that will stick with boys more than girls. Maybe.
I think so because you can.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, more of a guy movie.
Yeah. All right then. You can have that one.
Yeah, I don't want to make any sweeping generalisations, obviously. I'm not saying women won't enjoy Ghostbusters.
No.
But maybe just men will enjoy it more.
More. Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Ghostbusters by now, what the hell is wrong with you? Yeah.
Unless you were only born the other week.
Yeah, if you're a weird millennial 17-year-old,
you may not have seen it.
Go and watch Ghostbusters, because if you haven't seen it yet, you haven't lived. Yes. And not the 2016 Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 1984.
Cool.
Okay.
Right, that was number
6. Next on the list, number 5 is Shaun of the Dead / Hot Fuzz.
No, you can't have Shaun of the Dead / Hot Fuzz.
I don't think you can talk about Shaun of the Dead without mentioning Hot Fuzz, though. Because they are, and technically The World's End.
Well, I'll give it to you because they're both the same actors.
Yeah, it's the same director, the same cast, essentially.
Yeah. All right, you can have it.
Yeah. I like Shaun of the Dead more. But I
prefer Hot Fuzz.
You have to, exactly. A lot of people, it's one or the other, I would say. But yeah, they're both superb films.
Okay then. So, why is it on your list?
Well, obviously because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I prefer Hot Fuzz.
You prefer Hot Fuzz over Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's no zombies in it.
What is it about the zombies you don't like?
They just creep me out a bit.
Oh, zombies creep you out.
But I like the Hot Fuzz because it's sort of a murder mystery more than a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I prefer the murder mystery part.
Yeah. They're both got really interesting stories, but they're also both quite simple-ish stories.
Yeah.
And they work so well. It's just, there's a lot of characters in all of them, but all of them are brilliant. They're all hilarious.
They are very good.
And they all have something to do. And it's like, I've always gone on about, like, when we review stuff, how doing simple things right make a really good film. And Shaun of the Dead does those simple things just so perfectly.
Very well, doesn't it?
Things are set up and they pay off. Every character has something to do.
Yeah.
There is no stupid dialogue. Every scene makes the film move towards its conclusion. Like you have the heroes save the cat moments very early on. Yeah, the bad characters doing bad things.
Yeah.
A simple threat that's always ticking up to the end. The characters will eventually reach a low point where they're all trapped in the pub, but then everything will work out.
Yes.
And there's a happy ending.
I do like Shaun of the Dead, but not as much as Hot Fuzz.
No, but Hot Fuzz has all those elements as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every character has an arc and a point where they have to reach in the film. Yeah, they're both just like perfect films. Edgar Wright, I think, is one of my favourite directors, as well as being a very nice and hilarious man. And him working with people like Joe Cornish and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, two of my favourite actors. And
I like Simon Pegg.
Yeah, it's got everything you'd ever want from a film.
What's your favourite part of Shaun of the Dead?
Favourite part of Shaun of the Dead.
I like it when he's got him and he's a zombie then and he feeds him.
Oh, he keeps Ed in the shed. Yeah. Just trying to bite him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's just so many funny bits. I'd say when they're throwing records at the zombie in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. Or what's the problem? Never taken a shortcut before? They're like trampolines over the fence.
Oh, yeah. I like that bit.
Yeah. That scene, and he does the same in Hot Fuzz, doesn't he? He tries to vault over one and the fence
collapses.
It reminds me of that time we were once in a pub and we were asked to leave by the establishment owners.
Oh, yes.
And we had to make a quick exit out the back of the pub. My friend Nick went to jump over the fence. He's quite a heavy man.
And
he went, "What's the problem? Never taken a shortcut before." Tried to climb over the fence and it just collapsed under his weight.
He broke the fence post.
Yeah, it was that's always stuck with me.
So, who would you say gives the best performance?
In Shaun of the Dead, the best performance probably Nick Frost.
Yeah, I was going to say, because he becomes a zombie.
Yeah, but only at the very, very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's just hilarious.
I was just going to say he plays a really good zombie.
You thinking of Bill Nye?
No.
No, he does play a zombie for about 10 seconds.
I know, but I think he does a very good zombie.
He does, yeah. Yeah, so in Hot Fuzz, I prefer Simon Pegg.
I prefer Simon Pegg because he's all serious.
Yeah, and he kind of changes as the film goes on. Whereas Shaun's arc is a lot less established in Shaun of the Dead.
No.
Whereas Nick Frost is there to be funny all the time in that, and funny he is.
He is.
Delivers. Yeah.
Who would you recommend it to?
Again, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if you don't like, I suppose it's quite an acquired taste of comedy.
If
maybe
you like dry humour and that sort of thing,
it's a very British film. Yeah, perhaps it might get. But then I've heard a lot of good reviews from people in America who really like it.
Yeah, they like it.
It's quite a cult film there, especially amongst like horror fans, because it's a zombie film essentially.
It's meant to be a horror, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, like a parody of horror.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's like Scream.
Yeah. Well, Scream is essentially a comedy. The original Scream, it's meant to sort of parody the slasher.
No, I was meant in the piss take ones. What are the piss take ones called?
Oh, Scary Movie.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a lot better than Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of American listeners. If you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, they're all available. I would heartily recommend them.
Yes.
Go see them. It's just been released in cinemas for the first time in Japan.
Oh, wow. So, they'll like it in Japan. I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will, yeah. I think Edgar Wright's becoming quite a big name now after Baby Driver. So I think people are starting to become more aware of his work.
Yeah.
And I'd still say the pinnacle of his work is Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I think they're brilliant.
He also did The World's End, the third of the Pegg and Frost movies. That's very good too. Yeah. It's not as good as Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, but it still has its moments.
About robots.
And it's very, very English, that one. It's sort of about pubs and living in a British town and everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
I prefer Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead's much better.
Right then.
Right, let's move on. Number 4, The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan.
Oh yeah, I wondered when a Batman was going to
There's always going to be a Batman film that'll pop up. But then I thought of saying the Dark Knight trilogy, but then I thought, no, because Batman Begins is good.
Yeah.
It's not great.
I prefer the middle one.
Oh yeah, that is The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
And The Dark Knight Rises, I don't think I actually liked it that much. I'm going to go on a limb.
I always get confused, but this is the one with...
No, that's Dark Knight Rises.
Oh.
The Dark Knight is the one with the Joker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. With what's his name?
Because it always sticks with me as being... Well, not only is it one of my favourite films, it's the only time I've been in a packed cinema in Britain. Something has happened on the screen and simultaneously everyone in the cinema has applauded what they've seen happen on the screen. What bit was that for? Bit where he is about to run down the Joker on his bat motorbike.
Oh, yeah.
But then he goes, no, I can't kill people. It's not what I do. Goes around him, hits the wall, flips round on his motorbike, lands on both wheels the other side, and then goes back again. Everyone just went, hey! That is, again, for
because that was real, wasn't it?
I don't know, but either way, it was super.
It was very cool.
Super awesome.
Super awesome.
And yeah, again, for our American and Canadian listeners, people in Britain do not make noise in the cinema except to rustle their goddamn popcorn and talk to each other. No one ever shouts at the screen or applauds or goes,
people laugh.
Yeah, people laugh.
Yeah.
But again, everyone's, you mustn't laugh too loudly. Mustn't disturb the other cinema goers.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was a lad, when I was a young boy, no one said a goddamn word in the cinema. Bloody kids.
All right, Grandad.
Got no respect.
Anyway. Right, what's your favourite... Well, we've already talked about that. Who gives the best performance?
That's not my favourite part.
Oh.
How dare you assume that was my favourite part?
You just spoke about it.
That's the part that everyone in the cinema applauded. Doesn't mean it was my favourite part.
What's your favourite part then?
Oh, so many awesome bits.
I'll just have one bit.
Yeah, probably when the Joker is trying to get the two boats of people to bomb each other. But they won't.
See, I like the bit where he blows up the hospital.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome as well. When he's dressed as a nurse.
Yeah.
And that's all in one take as well. Because there's he was supposed to press the button, it was just supposed to blow up.
And it didn't.
But it doesn't, so you see him go. But yeah, he doesn't break character and fuck up the whole shot because they only had one go at blowing it up. So he just keeps acting until it explodes.
It's brilliant, that bit.
Yeah, I mean, Christ. Well, yeah, next question would be,
who gives the best performance?
Heath Ledger, without a doubt.
He is absolutely brilliant in it.
I mean, yeah, everyone was always amazed, because it was sort of his last role before he died, obviously. And I was he finally came out and showed what a great actor he was.
He was always a good actor.
Have you seen him in anything else? He's amazing in everything he does.
I like him in 10 Things.
10 Things I Hate About You is a brilliant film.
Love that film.
That's definitely the best, teen movie ever made. And I'd say because of him. It's got a great cast though. You got Julia Stiles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah,
I like him in it though.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's the stand-up there, especially when he's singing "I Love You, Baby." Yeah, Heath Ledger without a doubt. But then you got such a great cast: Gary Oldman, Michael Caine, Christian Bale.
Nah, definitely Heath Ledger. I think.
Oh yeah, he's the stand-up part.
That bit where he blows the hospital up was my favourite bit.
How did no one notice that it was the Joker dressed as an ass?
Well,
it doesn't matter. It's a film about a man who dresses up as a bat. Yeah, I still think it's the best superhero film ever made. Even better than all the Avengers films.
Yeah, it's very classic.
Yeah, it takes itself seriously, but not to the point where the Zack Snyder superhero films that take themselves way too seriously.
Yeah,
The Dark Knight knows when to be a bit silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does it just enough so you don't go, oh god, this is dreary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he flips up on the wall on his motorbike. That's a bit where you just go, that's a bit daft, isn't it?
So who would you recommend it to?
Yeah, comic book geeks. If you, I mean,
I think kids would like it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen this already, then you're not really into comics. Well, even the millennials should have seen this. But yeah, like I hope we haven't got any young children listening, because sometimes the language gets a little bit fruity.
It does.
But yeah, if you've got kids that are sort of at movie age, maybe sort of 8 and up, I reckon you can stick this on and they'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's not any more violent than anything else.
Yeah. And also, if you're an adult that perhaps doesn't really like superhero movies and thinks they're all a little bit silly, this is a good place to start.
Yeah,
because it doesn't insult your intelligence, and it's not really a film for children, I'd say, even though I'm sure they'd enjoy watching it.
I'm sure they would. Yeah. Right then.
Okay, what's next? Well, number 3, and I will give you a little trail for an episode we're going to do in May. We're going to do a deep dive into this film.
Okay.
With 2 of our dear friends from the South Coast. So
Righty.
film number 3 is The Fifth Element by Luc
I need to watch
Besson.
that again.
Well, yeah, we will be doing a research watch before we do the deep dive.
Definitely.
It will be coming on May Day weekend.
Yes. Well, it'll be the Sunday we'll upload it.
Yeah, I'll upload it the Sunday.
Yeah.
For the bank holiday, yeah. So that's something to look forward to. So, The Fifth Element by Luc Besson, starring Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich. And Gary Oldman.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Zorg.
I always forget he's in it. I don't know why.
How could you forget Zorg? One of the best characters ever created. Yeah.
So, why is it on your list?
It's just got absolutely everything, The Fifth Element.
I think Bruce Willis in it is very good.
Yeah, he's incredible, but the visual style, the costumes.
Yeah,
I mean,
the sets.
The sets are incredible.
Because when was it made again?
1995.
Yeah, so it wasn't like super long ago, but...
I just think it's now 2019.
Oh, yeah.
It's 24 years old.
Wow.
Watch it, and it hasn't really aged badly at all.
No, because I do like it.
Yeah, it's... Luc Besson, I think, is one of these underappreciated geniuses. He's obviously directed Leon. Have you ever seen Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah, about the assassin. Absolutely brilliant film.
Yeah, made me cry.
Yeah. Lucy, the Scarlett Johansson film.
Oh, yeah.
Again, not a brilliant film.
Not
but
as good as
the visuals in it are incredible. And Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, which is terrible.
We saw that.
Yeah, the cast are terrible and the story isn't very interesting. Yeah. But on a visual level, it's up there with The Fifth Element. It just lacks the magic that The Fifth Element has.
Yeah, but I think that's maybe because of the actors or actresses, maybe.
And he also did La Femme Nikita, which is a very good film, if you've not seen that. Yeah, again, very visually amazing. I love Luc Besson. Give him more. Give him better casts. Give him more money. And he will create you another Fifth Element. After Valerian, I don't think anyone's ever going to let him try again, which is a crying shame. He's also been a producer on all of the Taken movies, Transporter, etc.
Yeah,
that guy knows how to put a film together.
Yes.
So more Luc Besson.
What's your favourite part then?
Favourite part of the Fifth Element? Got to be the chase at the beginning.
What, in the little cars?
Well, yeah, in the flying cars, because you just get a feel of the city and the world from just to set up the whole sort of makeup and structure of the planet and the world that they're on, just through a car chase.
It's really good, isn't it?
It's incredible, because you're still seeing, you're seeing that deeper down is like the dirty part of town and everything like that, and you see, the higher up you are, the wealthier it is. Yeah. And at the same time, you've got an action scene going on. So it's a great way to, without someone just walking on the screen and explaining what's happening in a really boring way, you've got this exciting scene that also tells you everything you need to know about the world that it takes place in.
Yes, I never really noticed that before.
That's because that's good filmmaking. You shouldn't have to notice it. You just You shouldn't notice it, but your brain should.
My brain didn't notice it.
Your brain did notice because, you knew you got what the world was about without thinking about it.
I suppose.
You shouldn't have to go, oh, right, let me take detailed notes and let me really pay attention. You should notice these things without having to pay attention.
Did I ask you what your favourite part is?
Yeah, the car chase.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So who gives the best performance?
Mila Jovovich or Gary Oldman. Probably Gary Oldman more. He definitely does a Alan Rickman in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves kind of performance in this. He's very a lot of movement, a lot of face acting.
Face acting.
Yeah, a lot of face acting.
Yeah, I thought he was very good.
And
Bruce Willis is your classic.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is there for the action scenes, but he's also he delivers a lot of funny lines.
Yeah.
When he is, "Are you human? No, I am a meat popsicle." Yeah, Bruce Willis is great in this. It's one of those rare films when you can tell Bruce Willis actually cares about what he's doing.
Yeah, he does you can tell he likes to act in it.
Yeah, sometimes Bruce Willis is very checked out. I'd say any Die Hard film after Die Hard 2, you can tell he does not give a shit what he's doing.
Yeah. I'd rather be, I don't know, eating a popsicle.
I kind of got that from Glass as well, that he didn't really want to do it.
No, I think he did.
Yeah, maybe a bit.
But I think he's done now.
Yeah, I mean, God, I can't remember.
Well, you can't do any more after that anyway, not to spoil it.
That Surrogates films as well. Remember that? Where he's got like a younger version of himself as a robot.
No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, I think we watched it at the cinema, but it was very forgettable. That was the one where he's definitely the most checked out I've ever seen him.
No, don't remember.
It was that bad.
I was checked out.
Yeah, because it was shit. And Looper. He actually looks like he cares about. Yeah, he was like the main guy. He puts a good performance in Looper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember him in that.
Yeah.
So, who would you recommend it to?
Again, this is an everyone movie. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, I think so.
In The Fifth Element. Not if you're looking. Well, there is a romance, essentially. It's kind of rushed.
It's very rushed.
But it's not really that integral. Yeah.
No, I think the other bits are more important.
But and a prof to Mila Jovovich as well. She does really well in this film.
Yeah, she's very... I've not seen her in...
She was in that Joan of Arc film, and then she got caught up in an endless loop of Resident Evil movies.
Yes, that's where I've seen her.
Yeah.
She's fighting those mean dogs.
Yeah, all those films are so terrible.
Yeah.
But hey, everybody's working.
Yes.
Yeah, she pops up every now and then and stuff.
Yeah, she's good.
I think she's... Yeah, isn't she married to Luc Besson or someone?
She's married to somebody.
She's married to someone famous director.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe helps her get work. Which is unfair because she's a very good actress. Yeah, she's great in Fifth Element. Yeah. Especially when she's like, doesn't really know much. She's essentially a child. She's like cooking chicken.
Oh, yeah.
She's chicken. Takes it out and eats the whole chicken.
Oh, yeah. I like that bit.
You can't watch the film without going, multipass. Lilo Dallas, multipass. Anyway, we won't talk too much about The Fifth Element because we're going to do a deep dive on it.
We are.
Next month.
Next month.
In exactly 1 month we'll be recording.
Yes.
So look forward to that, listeners.
Go on then. What's number two?
Number 2. Unbelievably, it is Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say all Star Wars films, but I won't.
Which one did you pick?
I'm going to pick one.
Right.
Can you guess which one it's going to be?
Oh, the one with the sexy lady in it and Harrison Ford.
Well, the sexy lady, you mean Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
She's in 5 of the Star Wars movies.
I reckon you've picked the one where she gets taken by...
Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
It's like you don't even know me.
I do know you.
It's my least favourite of the original trilogy.
Oh,
maybe on a technical level.
I forget what they're all called.
Okay.
The one with the lady in that we saw the other day acting a film.
Anyway,
which one is it?
On a technical level, the best one
I wouldn't say Rogue One.
Obviously, Empire Strikes Back is the best one if you're looking at it.
Where he says, "I am your father."
That is the one. See, you know them. I've forced you to sit through them long enough. But that is not the one I'm saying. I'm going to go with A New Hope, the very first Star Wars film that was ever released.
What?
Because that was the one I was shown as a child, and that's the one that made me fall in love with Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
And made me into this obsessive
sentimental
Star
value
Wars
then.
fan. And that is purely why it's staying on my list. And because I want to say, written and directed by George Lucas, who is the one that everyone likes to shit on. But I love George Lucas, and I want to give him a big hug. Did he not direct them all? He didn't direct the second one. The Empire Strikes Back. But he's produced all of the originals, and obviously produced and directed all the prequels. I like the prequels. I don't care what anyone says.
I like the prequels.
They're a bit shit, but I love them because of that.
Yeah. Are these the ones with Harrison Ford in?
That's the original trilogy.
Oh.
And the prequels are the ones with Ewan McGregor and lots of CGI characters.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that end with, "You were the chosen one." And then obviously we've got Disney-era Star Wars after that, which has produced some fine films as well.
Yes.
And whatever anyone says, The Last Jedi,
Rogue One,
and Force Awakens are all very, very good. So...
Right,
I've kind of explained why it's on my list.
All right, we'll just go for what's your favourite part then.
Probably, I would say my favourite part is, can't go wrong with the classic Luke's going down the trench when it's use the Force, Luke.
Oh, yeah.
He blows up the Death Star by using the Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saves the day.
Yeah. So, perfect. That's my favourite bit of Star Wars.
So is that, who gives the best performance though?
Got to be Harrison Ford in the first one, I think. Although, you can't knock Mark Hamill over. Yeah, It's a tough call.
Yeah, it's hard.
And Carrie Fisher.
They're all good. You can have 3 if you want.
I'll say, I'm going to have a quick think about who gives the best performance over all of the 3 original trilogy movies. And I would say that would probably be Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I thought so.
Luke's got like the classic hero arc. He starts as this little farm boy and becomes like the most powerful Jedi. But Harrison Ford has to learn to not be a selfish, roguish pirate man.
Yes, and he falls in love.
And falls in love with a beautiful princess. Yeah. And she is a very, very beautiful princess. R.I.P. Carrie.
Yes.
We miss you.
Do we do who?
Yeah, who gives the best performance?
Oh, yeah. So who would you recommend it to?
Wow.
Everyone!
Every single human being on the planet. Yeah.
And if you don't like Star Wars, there might be some genetic
you're weird.
wrong with you.
And if you don't like new Star Wars, then just go back to your cave and watch the originals. We're ruining it for the rest of us. Yeah, you squares. So, my favourite film of all time, number 1, is Withnail and I.
Oh gosh, I should have remembered that would be number 1.
Little gem.
Yeah.
The greatest British film that's ever been made.
You love that film.
I love it more.
You can quote it.
Oh, I could sit here and do the whole thing. I can probably guesstimate that not many people have seen this film that might be listening. Yeah, it's quite well known. But yeah, I'd say it's not widely known. It's probably not very well known in America.
I really like Withnail and I.
Yeah.
So, what's your favourite part? Oh no, you've just told me why you like your film. Why it's on the list.
Why is Withnail and I on my list?
Yeah.
Because it's the greatest comedy ever made. That's why.
You think it's the greatest comedy?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's stylistically brilliant, as well as it's got a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it's just Richard Griffiths' performance, Paul McGann's performance, and Richard E. Grant. The 3 of them, and all the odd little supporting actors that pop up. Like the pub owner and the coach.
I like the guy who meets them out there.
Oh, yeah.
The one whose cottage it is.
Oh, yeah, that's Uncle Monty.
Yeah,
Richard Griffiths. And, the Danny, the drug dealer.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone that pops up just, leaves so many little memorable lines behind. It's just fucking hilarious.
And when they're trying to make a fire.
Yeah. It's just such a funny film.
Yeah.
For our colonial cousins in Canada and America, I'll pronounce it nice and clearly because I may be talking too fast. That is Withnail and I, directed by Bruce Robinson, starring Richard E. Grant, Paul McGann, and Richard Griffiths. If you haven't seen it, look it up.
It's very good.
The best film ever made.
So, What is your favourite part?
Without a doubt, the kitchen cleaning scene at the beginning where both of them are coming off drugs and they're trying to clean the kitchen, but it's just too much for them because they're both strung out. It's just like, right, I'm going in there. You can't, there's things living in there. It's just like puts his hand into the sink and just pulls this horrible slime out.
Oh.
Like, look, matter.
Because don't they go out and try and get some wine or something?
Well, yes, yeah, he goes out for breakfast. That's the very beginning of the film. Paul McGann goes out for breakfast because he can't, like, he hasn't slept in days because they've both been on high on drugs. And he comes home and Richard E. Grant informs him that there's no wine. And something has to be done about it. Neither of them are capable of doing anything. So then they get into an argument about how dirty the place is. And sort of both of them try and attempt to clean the kitchen. But as Paul McGann's trying, Richard E. Grant's just like reading bits out of the newspaper about a shot putter on steroids. Yeah, it's hard to describe, but it's just comedy gold throughout. And yeah, it has a really quite sad ending, really.
Yeah.
Because, Paul McGann kind of moves on with his life and Richard E. Grant isn't able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, standout performance. Well, you were going to ask me who gives the best performance.
Oh, yeah, who does give the best performance?
It's, 50-50. You can't give it to one person. No. It's between Richard E. Grant and Richard Griffiths.
I would have said the older... Yeah,
Uncle Monty and Withnail are both just, these two depraved sort of characters. One a much older kind of aristocrat and one just this crazed junkie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're just all over the place. Brilliant. Yeah, Richard E. Grant's just
very good film.
Raging at the world, and Uncle Monty's just
like
this washed-up man who's desperately trying to bum Paul McGann.
Just let it happen.
I'm not homosexual, Monty. Of course you are, dear boy. He just, Richard E. and a toast to Richard Griffiths.
Yes.
We miss you. Shovelled up by Labour and shit out by Tories. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, hilarious film.
Who would you recommend it to then?
Not a comedy for everyone.
No.
I would say.
I think you should have a go though.
You should definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone could watch it.
Yeah, and I would say it's reductive to say it's just a British kind of humour, because it isn't really. The kitchen cleaning scene, if that was delivered by two American actors, would work just as well.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like a scene from a sitcom, but it's just so horrific and dark at the same time as being hilarious that it would never appear in a sitcom.
Never appear in a sitcom.
It's an absolutely fantastic movie.
It is.
Yeah, you've asked me who I'd recommend it to, so that is the top 10.
Well done, babe.
Well, I think a fine,
thoroughly good list that is.
Very, very good list. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who has listened. We have reached 550 downloads.
Wow. Thank you very much, everyone.
About 5 weeks. So since we've been going, we've been maintaining about 100 listeners a week.
Yes.
We'd like it to be more, so smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Tell all your friends.
Family.
Share us on social media.
Not children.
Maybe not your children.
No.
And if you want to get in touch with us, we are on Twitter. You are at F. Langhout.
F. Langhout.
I am at Pete Langhout. Langhout spelt Langhealt. That is correct. You're on Instagram.
I am Frances Langhout.
Okay. You can try and find us on Facebook. Same names.
Yep. Same names.
If you want to get in touch with anything you want to submit to us, films you want us to talk about.
Yes, we will happily do that.
You can contact us through social media or email me at petelanghout30@gmail.com.
Lovely.
And there will also be an episode of Sketch a Bit up this week. If you have any sketches, the deadline is coming. Nearly got enough to finish the series. I will do more series because they get us lots of lovely downloads. So we'll keep that going, but I'll have a short break because I've got some writing to do. So I'll be recording the last of them this week, and then they'll be going up week by week until they are finished. So, yeah. If you've got sketches, hurry up and
get them in.
At that email, petelanghelp30@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Thank you very much.
That's the podcast.
Have a good week.
Goodbye.
Bye.